Good morning. It is Saturday. It is occasional vlog time. I am on a very rainy Taylor's Farm Shop car park. I'm just going to go in and get some bits for the weekend. Bit bunged up, touch of man flu, nothing serious. But hopefully we'll continue to do something this weekend, although the weather is fairly grim at the minute. It's not looking great. So let's get Taylor's Farm Shop banged out and we'll catch up in a bit. I'm going to go sleep first though. Just a quite small shop this week, 36 quid. Oh, this weather's awful. Well, the other thing I was thinking of doing was maybe calling to B&M to get some more of that plum gravel for the garden, you know, I was doing along the edges. Do we want to do that now, or do we want to just put it off because of this rain? Well, the rain just kept coming down, so I called it on B&M. I'm not going to go there today because it was too rainy. And now we're back home. I'm going to do some cooking today, I think, because there's not much else I can do. I can't really go out in the garden with the weather being like this. I was hoping to crack on, maybe even consider doing some of the front garden, but it's not going to happen. Update on the wren. We mentioned last week that there was wrens in the eaves of the house. I think they fledged when we weren't watching, because she's not been back for days. Can't hear any chicks in the eaves. We could hear the chicks before. So I think they must have fledged when we weren't watching. Gemma did see them bouncing around in the bushes at the back, but they're quite elusive wrens at the best of the time. Yeah, so there we go. Evidently they moved on and we didn't catch them. Oh well. We've now got pigeons nesting in the sycamore tree at the bottom of the garden, or attempting to. You know what pigeons are like when they're building a nest. Like a stick. Let's have a look at my haul. I got some mushrooms, some minted chump chops. I got 3 minted lamb pies, one for Gemma, one for me and one for her dad. I got some Mediterranean boneless pork chops, some Italian meatballs, and some Chinese chicken wings. So not a big haul, but just a few meals for the week ahead. As for tonight's tea, what I'm going to cook today, I've not done it for a while. We used to do it every week pretty much, it felt like, when I was watching back some of our old vlogs at the weekend. I'm going to do a pulled pork. I've got this massive shoulder of pulled pork. Supposed to be counting calories on our phones and stuff, trying to reduce our intake on that. Trying to reduce weight a little bit, because I bought some new scales the other day and either they're broken or I really need to lose some weight. I need to lose some weight. But yeah, the weekend we decide that. I also decided I'm going to put a massive pulled pork joint on. And I'm also going to use cider in it. I won't be adding any sugar or anything to that, I think. Anyway, I'll get started on that and we'll see what it looks like when it's done later. If you've not seen cooking on our channel before, because we have had some new people join us over the past sort of 6 months, generally everything I cook, I don't really use a recipe unless, by exception, occasionally I will do. Stuff like pulled pork, I usually avoid a recipe, I'll just make it up as I go along. And I cook it in the Instant Pot on slow cooker setting. Maybe I shouldn't have done that yet until I was ready to cook. Never mind. The Instant Pot does make for a serviceable, if not spectacular, slow cooker. It's probably not as good as a dedicated slow cooker, but it's one less thing to have in the cupboard. We did used to have a crock pot, but I kind of got rid of it when we started using the slow cooker more often. Sorry, the Instant Pot more often. Well, first step for today, I'm going to get the skin off this pork. I won't show you that because you don't need to see that. Don't cook the pork in the slow cooker with the skin on. And we're not making crackling out of it or anything like that. Now I'll head to the spice racks and grab everything and throw it on. What have we got? Cinnamon, why not? Crushed chilies, sure. Onion salt up here, yeah, let's go for that. Garlic, yeah, sounds good. There's nutmeg, maybe not, I don't know. I think Gemma was right and we don't have paprika, which is a bit of a downer, but there we go. Oh, and I found a bit of this hot and spicy barbecue rub. I think my mum got us this a couple of years ago for Christmas. And he goes. Chucked a load of cider on it, and I'm going to stick that on for 8 hours and see what it comes out like. We've never made this the same twice, I will be honest with you. And we'll probably do it with barbecue sauce over nachos, or we've got some paninis here as well. And there it is, 8 hours, hopefully, all being well. This should taste nice. It'll probably be quite barbecue hot and spicy, because I didn't mean to maybe dump all of the hot and spicy barbecue rub in there. And it was a rub, so it probably should have been done last night, but you live and learn. And you really never learn. I just carry on. Important holiday update. It is Dalmatian Day. 101 days to go. Very exciting. Gemma wanted me to point that one out. Did I mention? I can't quite remember. But B&Q are dropping off 2 fence panels on Monday for the back of the garden there. Only 4 foot high ones, so maybe only as high as the ones to the right there. I don't want them going up the whole way. Maybe I'll put some trellis along the top. I haven't decided yet. It's just easier to manage and get them in myself with Gemma's help, you know. But yeah, they'll arrive Monday. Hopefully they'll fit in alright, because those posts have taken a bit of a beating over the years. So I might have to do a little bit of creative wedging. Sounds like something you do with your underpants. You will have to excuse the slight low energy of this weekend's vlog. As I mentioned, I have a bit of a sniffle. I don't want to make a big deal of it, but I think it might be Manflu. Should be on the couch. If I'm brave, I'll get through it. Well, I might not be feeling 100%, and it's absolutely chucking it down, but I can't just sit around doing nothing anymore. Like, because I started doing gardening the weekends, I kind of enjoy it, and I want to do more. And one of the things I do need to do is weed the front garden. It's starting to get a bit messy out there. Eventually I want to go out there and put something a bit more long term in with weed membrane and more gravel down for the drive. Well, what started as weeding soon escalated to let's just dig the whole lot out. I'm going to dig it out, then I'm going to weed membrane it, put new gravel down. That's a lot of weeds and more than half a bucket of dirt. I don't even know what to do with the dirt. It's got stones in it and everything. I'm just going to have to hide up the back of the garden. Well, level some of the back of the garden with it, I guess. I also think I just blanked the neighbour by accident because he said hello to me and I was completely ignoring him because I was so shattered. Oh well, I'll apologise later. He's a nice guy. Right, I need to think about whether I'm going to do the gravel part now, because that's going to be quite a lot of work as well. I don't think I have enough gravel to cover the whole garden. Well, I definitely don't have enough gravel to cover the whole garden. But maybe I can do bits of it over the next coming months. Honestly, I'm undecided on whether I like that or not. It's better than it was. But I couldn't dig it deep enough, and I'll need a lot more gravel if I was to dig it deep enough. It'll do for now. Maybe I can reconsider in the future. I want to do a whole garden though, because look at this here. I just wanted to do a test piece first, see what it looked like. I'll bring another bag of gravel. That was 2 bags. So you're talking at least 10 bags here, possibly 20. I think, to be honest, I need a sack of gravel, not bags. But I'm trying to do this bit by bit, not tie myself out too much. So I bought those sacks in the sales last year for like £1.50 a piece. So 2.5 of them spread that whole front bit there. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just a little bit better, that's all. Too hard on myself sometimes. I think the stuff out down here looks lovely now. All the colours come out of it now, it's had a good wash. I didn't even show you the finished job. Once I stood on it and pressed it down, it's actually not too bad, to be honest with you. Certainly an improvement on what it was. This is what it was like when we moved in, so I'm only making the same mistake as whoever did it the first time around. Only I've used weed membrane to stop the weeds coming through a bit more. Also, we need to paint all the paintwork here and make a decision as to whether we even keep these posts, because the gates are gone, the posts are not necessary anymore. It's just currently, I would say we probably have one of the worst looking front gardens in the street, and while I'm not super bothered, it would be nice to be like the second worst looking, you know. I'm quite proud of the back garden now. The back garden's quite nicely manicured compared to how it has been in the past, and we're definitely not the worst looking back garden in the street. The front garden is where your curb appeal is, I guess, but we aren't planning on selling. I just want it to be a little bit more, a little bit less untidy, because the weeds as well, when I reverse out the drive, the weeds set the bloody car sensors off. So I'm like, beep beep beep, what's this? Oh, it's a weed. Anyway, I'm gonna have a little break now. I don't want to do too much today with me not feeling 100%, and it is just coming up to lunchtime, so I think I might grab us some soup or something to eat and have 20 minutes. Maybe even get a shower in a bit as well. Well, that's looking quite good. I'll make a sauce for it out of the fluids later. Got another maybe 55 minutes to go, and I need to go and pick Gemma up in a bit. There'll be no Kaz social beers or anything tonight, with me feeling a little bit offside. I'm still not even sure what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We were planning on going to the zoo, but if I'm feeling like I do now, I'm thinking it's probably best if I have a nice relaxed weekend. Well, my pulled pork certainly cooked nicely and pulled, and is very tender and nice to taste. I'm just going to try and reduce the fluids off it down and try and make a sauce out of that. Well, my sauce has thickened up lovely. This is made out of the cider that I used. Added a bit of sugar and a bit of Worcester sauce. It's come out quite nice, and I'm going to throw it in the oven a bit, see if we can get a little bit of crisp on top. I've not used this Sweet Baby Ray's sauce that we bought, but I've just realised that we can turn it from Sweet Baby Ray's into like the perfect Liverpool barbecue sauce by covering up one word. The sauce is boss. And there's the finished article with the tortilla chips, and we've got plenty left over for tomorrow to have with our paninis that we bought as well. And Gemma's put a bit of salsa and sour cream on it. Also, and I forgot to say it this week, and I've not said it for a little while, Gemma's home. You alright, honey? What are we doing tonight?
Watching the new Captain America.
And we got the Dalmatian Day to celebrate with a
Dalmatian.
A Dalmatian. We're gonna eat a Dalmatian. We're not going to eat a Dalmatian. Closest thing we have to a Dalmatian is Archie, so we're going to eat Archie.
He's a cow cat.
I like her filming as he gets into the toilet. Of course, because we're eating, that's his cue to jump in the toilet and go one off. Anyway, enjoy your pulled pork, sweetie.
I will.
And we'll watch Captain America and then eat Archie. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
As you can probably tell, we aren't doing anything today.
I've been very after my washer.
Sorry, yes. Gemma's been very busy. Look, she's put new tubs in at the bottom down there. I was watching her video from 2019, those old tubs with that. Oh, you've redone your Lego as well.
Because that was in there, so we did it.
Smashing. I got up, had a bath, had a shower, and went back to bed. And, well, we had breakfast, didn't we? You made us a lovely breakfast, and I'll do some dishes in a bit. But yeah, because I'm so full of a cold, well, I was all snotty. I didn't sleep the best, and I've decided that we're going to have a lazy day, aren't we?
Yeah, that's
well, apart from all the stuff you've done. Good.
Tomorrow is double digit dance day.
Yep.
So yeah, it's all coming together now.
Yeah. And you're watching your YouTube?
Yeah, I just shoved it on while I was doing the tubs.
And I'm playing a game that was made by a game company in Malaga, and it is about... It's basically, if you've ever played the game Unpacking, where you just pack your house, it's that, but little camper vans. So it's a very relaxed background. You don't have to put any attention to it again, so it's nice and chill. Well, it is a sad time. After 2 restocks and over 10 years, and even at one point we had babies fish while we were vlogging on one of our first ever series. We did just say goodbye to our last fish. We've been dealing with algae since the last restock because it introduced algae into the tank. We've lost the battle, we've given up, and we're throwing the towel in on fish tanks. This fish tank's too old now, to be honest. We did have one tetra left, and she was hanging on, and she was a cracking little fish actually. She was a heck of a greedy fish, but unfortunately time took its toll. Anyway, I'm going to get that tank cleaned up now and decommissioned. Let's come out for a quick plant checkup. The rose I bought that was on its last legs has now doubled in size, so that was a good buy for a fiver. That's grown quite big as well. And this has even recovered from being squished. I've repotted them all, so... And
it's taken all the dead flowers off.
I mean,
it encourages more to grow.
These look amazing, don't they? Even people commented on these a few times on the videos, Jem, saying how pretty they are.
I know, I saw. I just keep pruning them to encourage more flowers. There's loads of more flowers coming through on them.
And then down here, they're starting to flower, to bud, I think. Oh no, they're not just yet, but they will do hopefully. And then that's the other plant that we did. These are just Asda ones, these, and they've come out really nice. Yeah, I forgot to ask you, what did you think of Captain America, the film that we watched?
2 out of 10. It was a bit boring.
It was one of the films I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a bit boring.
Yeah.
Over the top, as per usual.
And then after that, I think I drank an 8% beer, and the rest of the night was quite fuzzy. And for dinner today, we had quite a lot of pulled pork left over, so Gemma's made us some paninis. They look really nice. Well, it is Monday morning, and I've just been rudely awoken by the B&Q guy delivering the 2 fence panels. He did phone me, but my phone was on Do Not Disturb. These are for the backup there, for that gap. They were 30 quid a piece, so not the cheapest, but B&Q did like good delivery options, so that's why I went with them this time. Normally I'd get them from a local place. Work's done for the day. And I thought I'd sneak out to start on the garden, but look at this fella here. Fast asleep. He's been coming back every couple of days. Not been eating as much food, I think someone else is definitely feeding him. Oh, you alright mate? I'm going to wake you up. I can see your nictating membrane there. You alright pal? Sorry to wake you up. I'll leave you to it. So I'm going to move those panels in a bit. I'm going to put these pieces of wood behind that fence for now. We haven't decided what we're going to do with them, but I can leave them behind there for now. And then probably forget about them for the next 10 years. There we go, got my fence panels down here. Got the logs moved. I will need Gemma's help to get these fence panels in because these are big tall ones, so I just need an extra pair of hands to help me hold them up. Although I think they're a bit taller than Gemma, so we might struggle. And this one, these posts are leaning, so we might also struggle with that. Should be fun. And we got Gemma on the job. And Gemma got fences sorted, didn't you? Yeah. And I'm going to get 2 pieces of like trellisy stuff for the top to make it look a bit neater. I also need to zip tie that.
Where did we see that trellisy stuff? Is it the range?
Yeah, there's a few places do it. I need to zip tie this bamboo stuff to the top of the fence there as well. Well, I want to put a privet bush there and just have a natural screen. Yeah. Maybe even all the way along, to be honest, but definitely start in there and see what it looks like. But it's just gives you a border, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And hides all that wood that all the logs, which can just continue to break down over the years over there. I'll just need to keep managing the ivy, because the ivy will push its way through. Oh, the ivy's a nightmare. Yeah. Right, I need a minute now. I didn't throw away the dirt that I dug from the front garden, but I have ordered a riddle or garden sieve. So I'm going to try and sieve the dirt out of it and reuse the stones, otherwise I'll be spending a fortune on new pebbles, and there's loads of them in the front garden already. So this is my garden sieve thing. I don't know if this is going to work, but I thought it'd be fun to try. And I just grab some of the dirt, chuck it in the sieve. This is probably not, this dirt's too wet, and I'm leaving it to dry. You can see it's separating all the rocks. Yeah, I think it definitely needs to dry more, this dirt, but I've been leaving it out here with that lid on it so it can dry off, and while the sun's coming out in the next couple of days, I'll leave it uncovered. And before we do close off, one last addition to our fence panels. I did the trellis along the top, and we also added these LEDs. I'm not sure how much light these are going to get though, because the trees above will probably stop them, so we might end up moving some of them. Maybe just keep them too. And also I've managed to, as best as I can, level the 2 fence panels out by pushing the beams over and standing on them. Hello, it is now Tuesday. We're moving towards the end of this vlog. Not that there was much in it, I must admit, apologies for that, but when you're not feeling well, what can you do? I did treat myself. I got some root beer. It's the zero sugar stuff, and it's Canadian, this actually, it's A&W. You can order it online from like Amazon, they just deliver it. This was about 30 quid for 24 cans. But I was feeling poorly, so I fancied getting some root beer. So I'm going to pop a can of this in the fridge and have it with my lunch later. And also, while I'm working, I always have on my other screen a like YouTube video playing, but in muted. Just something to look at, keep me effectively keep me company, I guess, while I'm working, because I've worked from home. And I was put our 2015 trip on, our first Florida trip, so this year's trip is going to be a 10th anniversary of our channel. I mean, I know it's 11 years since we started the channel, but it's 10th anniversary of why we started the channel. So I thought I'd watch that back, and I'm just watching, and the one overriding thing that I can say on it is that when I was doing like this, where I'm talking to a camera, rather than holding the camera here, and admittedly now I still look at the screen and not the camera lens, but old habits and that. I'm filming like this. So we're in we're in Disney World now. It's like I didn't want to hold the camera in front of me because I was so nervous about people going, "What are you doing?" But actually, I think I look weirder with the camera down here walking around. That made me laugh anyway. But yeah, I'm going to crack on with my working day now. We are going to end off this vlog now, even though it was a quiet one. It was nice to get like the fence panels sorted and get a plan in place for all that soil at like the front garden and that I need to do. And I think the solar sifter is going to be a pain in the bum to do much of it, but I just want to get as much of the gravel reused as I can, because there's like enough gravel in the front garden to cover probably most of the front garden, and for me to just dig it all up and put new gravel down seems really wasteful. So I'm going to try and separate as much as it as I can, as best as I can, and reuse it all. But I just want to get some weed membrane under it to stop the weeds from just taking over the garden all the time, or at least limit it. So it was good to get that in position. I don't know how I'll get on in future, the weed membrane. I do have a tip run I need to do for the fish tank now as well. I am kind of gutted that we've given up on the fish, to be honest. It looks empty in that corner, but spending so much money to have a fish tank that looked like it did with it's the beard algae that I tried so hard to try and get rid of it with the stuff that you can get for it, and it just didn't seem to cut it. It's not fair to keep fish in that situation, so I think it's the right decision to just cut our losses. I think if I did an aquarium in the future, we'd have to have a bigger house and a bigger tank, because a bigger tank's more stable and easier to maintain a cycle on. That was only a 65 litre tank, which is, in the scheme of things, quite small, and we only ever had like 4 fish in it for the most part. I think when we had the platies, we got up to 14 because he kept giving birth. We ended up with little baby ones going around with big googly eyes. But yeah, I think that's us for fish now. We might get a shelving unit for that corner and put some more trinkets and stuff on it, because that's the theme of our house, isn't it? Trinkets and junk everywhere. Anyway, enough waffling. We'll catch up with you next weekend. We are going into town to meet friends on Sunday next weekend, so we'll probably do a little bit of video around that. And yeah, if the weather's nice, I'll try and crack on in the garden, front or back. I haven't decided yet. But thank you for watching. Look after each other, and we will see you in the next vlog. Goodbye. Oh, double digit dance.